Imagine waking up every day feeling more exhausted than the last. Your legs feel weak. Your heart beats harder than it should. And no matter what you do, something just feels off. Diabetes already makes life harder. But what if something simple, something your body desperately needs, is missing? What if the right vitamins could help protect your heart and nerves, and give you back the energy you've been slowly losing? Most people don't realize it, but deficiencies in just a few key vitamins can actually make diabetes worse. But here's the good news. The right nutrients can change everything. Today we're talking about the top 3 vitamins that every diabetic needs. Because when you give your body what it's missing, you take back control of your health. 1. Vitamin D. Every day you might feel exhausted. Your legs feel weaker. Your body aches. You think it's just age catching up. But what if the real reason is something missing inside your body? Something so simple yet so powerful, that without it your heart, your nerves, your kidneys, every part of you is silently struggling. For diabetics, this missing link is often vitamin D. And the consequences of not having enough? Terrifying. Over 1 billion people worldwide are deficient in vitamin D. Diabetics are at even higher risk. The numbers don't lie. Over 50% of diabetics have low levels. And that's a serious problem. Without enough vitamin D, insulin doesn't work as well. Your body becomes more resistant, making blood sugar control even harder. But the damage doesn't stop there. Your heart is one of the first victims. Vitamin D plays a direct role in keeping blood vessels flexible, helping to regulate blood pressure. But without it, those vessels stiffen. Blood pressure rises. The heart strains harder with every beat. People with low vitamin D have a 40% higher risk of high blood pressure and are twice as likely to suffer heart disease. The risk of heart failure increases by nearly 50%. This isn't just about feeling tired. This is about survival. Then there are your muscles, weakness, cramps, that feeling that your legs can't keep up with you anymore. That's what happens when vitamin D levels drop. Muscle fibers depend on vitamin D for strength and function. Low levels lead to increased falls, slower recovery, and a higher risk of fractures. For diabetics who already face circulation issues and neuropathy, this is a dangerous combination. And it doesn't stop there. Your nerves are under attack too. Vitamin D is crucial for protecting nerve cells from damage. When levels are low, nerves misfire, leading to tingling, burning, numbness, classic signs of diabetic neuropathy. In severe cases, it can even lead to permanent nerve damage. But here's what's even more alarming. People with low vitamin D are at a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's and dementia. The brain itself depends on this vitamin to function properly. And what about your kidneys? They play a key role in activating vitamin D. But here's the catch. Diabetes is already one of the leading causes of kidney disease. If your kidneys aren't working well, they can't activate enough vitamin D. Low vitamin D then increases your risk of kidney failure. It's a vicious cycle, one that quietly destroys your health before you even realize what's happening. But what if I told you, it's not just your body that's affected? Your mind, your mood, your very ability to feel alive. It all connects back to this one vitamin. Depression, anxiety, brain fog. Low vitamin D plays a role in all of them. And here's something most people never talk about: fertility and libido. If you're struggling with low energy, a fading sex drive, or trouble conceiving, vitamin D deficiency could be one of the reasons. So why are diabetics at such high risk? Sunlight is the main source of vitamin D, but diabetics often have metabolic issues that make it harder to produce and use vitamin D efficiently. Obesity, which is common in type 2 diabetes, traps vitamin D in fat cells, making it unavailable. Kidney damage, certain medications, inflammation, all of these factors increase the risk of deficiency. But how do you know if you're running low? Your body sends signals: fatigue, bone pain, muscle weakness, slow wound healing, frequent infections. If any of this sounds familiar, it's time to pay attention. The only way to know for sure is a blood test. And the results might shock you. Anything below 20 nanograms per milliliter is considered a deficiency. But for optimal health, many experts recommend levels between 40 and 60. The good news? You can fix this. The best natural sources of vitamin D come from food, but not all foods are created equal. A single tablespoon of cod liver oil gives you over 1,300 IU of vitamin D, more than enough for an entire day. Fatty fish like salmon, a 3.5-ounce serving has around 500 IU. Mushrooms exposed to UV light can provide up to 1,100 IU in just 1 cup. Egg yolks and fortified dairy help too, but you'd need to eat a lot to meet your daily needs. Want luxury? Some of the highest vitamin D meals in the world aren't just healthy, they're delicious. A pan-seared wild salmon dish with truffle-infused mushroom risotto can give you close to 1,000 IU in one meal. A creamy lobster bisque made with cod liver oil and wild mushrooms? Over 1,400 IU. These aren't just indulgent meals, they're life-saving ones. But food alone often isn't enough, especially for diabetics. That's where supplements come in. The best? Vitamin D3 with K2. Because K2 helps direct calcium into your bones instead of your arteries. Most people need at least 2,000 IU daily, but some may need more. Always check your levels before deciding. And here's something crucial. Certain foods can actually increase vitamin D deficiency. Processed foods, sugary drinks, too much caffeine and alcohol, these can all interfere with absorption. If you're eating these regularly, you're making it even harder for your body to use the vitamin D you get. This isn't just about avoiding a deficiency. This is about protecting your heart, your nerves, your kidneys, your entire body. It's about avoiding complications that could rob you of your health, your mobility, even your life. But the power is in your hands. The right foods, the right supplements, and a little bit of sunlight could change everything. Your body is warning you. Are you listening? Vitamin E. Imagine waking up one day and realizing your body isn't working the way it used to. Your legs feel weaker. Your energy is gone. Your heart is beating harder, faster. Your vision starts to blur. Your hands shake. Feels like your body is breaking down, piece by piece. You tell yourself it's just aging, just stress, just diabetes. But what if the real reason is something else? Something simple. Something missing. Vitamin E. It's not just another nutrient. It's the body's shield. The protector of cells. The defender against damage. And yet millions of people, especially diabetics, don't have enough. The worst part, they don't even know it. A slow, silent deficiency creeping in. One that weakens the body from the inside out. More than 33% of adults are already vitamin E deficient. But for diabetics, the numbers are even higher. Why? Because diabetes increases oxidative stress. Cellular damage that speeds up aging, weakens the immune system and destroys nerves. Vitamin E is supposed to stop this. It neutralizes free radicals, protects blood vessels, and keeps the heart, nerves, and kidneys working. But when levels drop, everything starts to fall apart. The heart takes the first hit. Vitamin E is what keeps blood vessels strong and flexible. Without it, they stiffen. Plaque builds up. Blood flow slows down. The risk of high blood pressure, strokes, and heart attacks climbs higher. People with low vitamin E levels have a 30% higher chance of heart disease. And for diabetics whose hearts are already under stress, that's a life-threatening problem. Then there are the muscles. Ever felt sudden cramps? That deep aching pain in your legs? That's not just fatigue. It's your body struggling without vitamin E. Without it, muscles become weaker, slower. Movement feels harder. Coordination slips. And as the deficiency continues, even simple tasks, walking, standing, balancing, become more difficult. Falls become more common. Recovery takes longer. Aging speeds up too. Vitamin E is one of the body's strongest anti-aging defenses, protecting skin cells and even DNA from damage. Without it, wrinkles deepen, skin loses its glow, and the body's ability to heal slows down. But it's more than just looks. It's how fast your organs wear out, how quickly you feel older than you should. A vitamin E deficiency isn't just about feeling tired. It's about the body breaking down faster than it's supposed to. The nerves suffer next. Tingling, numbness, burning pain, classic signs of nerve damage. And without vitamin E, those symptoms get worse. Nerves are fragile and vitamin E protects them. When it's missing, the damage spreads. Diabetic neuropathy becomes more severe, more painful, and more irreversible. And once nerve damage reaches a certain point, there's no going back. Your vision isn't safe either. The eyes rely on tiny, delicate blood vessels to function. Without vitamin E, those vessels weaken. Vision starts to blur. Eyes become more sensitive to light. And for diabetics already at risk of diabetic retinopathy, a deficiency makes things worse. What starts as minor vision problems can turn into permanent damage. And then the part no one talks about, fertility and libido. Vitamin E plays a critical role in hormone production. Low levels can lead to lowered testosterone, reduced estrogen, poor sperm quality. If energy levels are low, if desire is fading, if fertility is a struggle, vitamin E could be part of the problem. The body needs balance to function. Without this vitamin, that balance is lost. And the kidneys? They're hit just as hard. Diabetics already have a higher risk of kidney disease, and vitamin E deficiency makes it worse. The kidneys filter waste, regulate blood pressure, and keep the body's fluids balanced. But they need protection from oxidative damage to keep working. Without enough vitamin E, kidney function declines. The risk of kidney failure rises. And once the kidneys start to fail, the options become limited. But the most terrifying part? Most people have no idea they're deficient. The symptoms don't hit all at once. It's a slow process. First the fatigue, then the weakness, then the nerve pain, the vision problems, the heart issues. By the time the damage is obvious, it's already deep. The only way to know for sure? A blood test. Anything under 5 milligrams per liter is a deficiency. But for optimal health, levels should be much higher. Fixing it starts with food. The best natural sources? Wheat germ oil tops the list. Just 1 tablespoon provides over 100% of the daily recommended intake. Sunflower seeds, an ounce gives nearly 50%. Almonds, hazelnuts, spinach, these all pack a strong dose. But here's the problem. Most people don't eat enough of these foods daily to correct a deficiency. That's why some of the most luxurious meals in the world focus on delivering high doses of vitamin E in a single dish. A truffle-infused almond pâté, a gourmet spread made with almonds and extra virgin olive oil, packs around 5 milligrams of vitamin E per serving. Sunflower seed-crusted salmon, combining the heart-protecting omega-3s of salmon with the vitamin E power of sunflower seeds. 1 serving gives over 10 milligrams. And then there's hazelnut and spinach stuffed portobello mushrooms, a dish packed with antioxidants and at least 6 milligrams of vitamin E in every serving. For diabetics, food alone often isn't enough. That's why supplements exist. But not all vitamin E supplements are the same. The best option? Natural vitamin E, labeled as D-alpha tocopherol, which is more effective than synthetic versions. A 400 IU daily dose is safe and beneficial. Even better, mixed tocopherol supplements, which include different forms of vitamin E, can offer broader protection. The key is balance, not too little but not too much. And here's the hidden danger. Certain foods can make a vitamin E deficiency worse. Processed junk food, trans fats, refined sugars, these don't just lack nutrients. They actually interfere with how the body absorbs vitamin E. Diets extremely low in healthy fats make it nearly impossible for the body to use vitamin E properly. And alcohol. It drains vitamin E levels even faster. If these are part of your daily life, even the best foods and supplements won't be enough. This isn't just about preventing a deficiency. This is about protecting the heart, the nerves, the kidneys. It's about stopping the pain, stopping the fatigue, stopping the slow breakdown of the body. The right foods, the right supplements, the right choices. These can change everything. The damage from vitamin E deficiency is silent. But so is the solution. The question is, will you act before it's too late? 3. Vitamin B12. Now imagine this. You wake up and your hands tingle. You bump into objects without realizing it. A deep exhaustion clings to you no matter how much you rest. Your mind is foggy. Simple tasks feel overwhelming. Your heart beats harder than it should. You tell yourself, it's just aging. Just stress. Just diabetes. But what if something deeper is happening? What if your body is starving for something essential? Something so small, yet so powerful, that without it your health begins to unravel. Vitamin B12. A deficiency in this one nutrient can change everything. More than 20% of people over 60 don't have enough. And diabetics? They're even more at risk. The body needs B12 to create red blood cells, protect nerves, and keep the brain functioning. Without it, everything starts breaking down. And the worst part? The signs of deficiency creep in so slowly that by the time you realize what's happening, the damage has already begun. The heart is one of the first things to suffer. B12 helps regulate homocysteine, a compound in the blood that, when too high, increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. Without B12, homocysteine levels rise, making blood vessels stiff and increasing the chance of clots. Studies show that people with low B12 have a 30% higher risk of heart complications. Blood pressure becomes harder to control. Circulation weakens. The heart works overtime, straining against thickened arteries. For diabetics who already have a higher risk of heart disease, this silent threat only makes things worse. Then there are the legs. That numbness. That tingling. That strange burning pain. That's nerve damage. B12 is critical for keeping nerves healthy, and without it, the protective coating around them starts to break down. Over time, nerves misfire, sending pain signals even when there's no injury. Or worse, they become so damaged that sensation is lost entirely. Walking becomes difficult. Balance becomes unsteady. Even standing for long periods feels exhausting. The mind, once sharp and clear, becomes sluggish. Memory lapses become more frequent. Depression creeps in, making even the smallest tasks feel overwhelming. The longer a B12 deficiency continues, the harder it becomes to reverse the damage. Vision begins to decline as well. The optic nerve depends on B12 to function properly. Without it, the nerves that send signals from the eyes to the brain begin to deteriorate. Colors appear faded. Vision becomes blurry. Blind spots can develop. Diabetics are already at risk of vision loss from retinopathy, and when B12 levels drop, the risk only increases. What starts as occasional eye strain can eventually turn into permanent damage. And then there's something people rarely talk about: fertility and libido. Vitamin B12 is crucial for reproductive health. In men, it affects sperm production and quality. Low levels can lead to reduced sperm count, poor motility, and even DNA damage in sperm cells. In women, B12 plays a role in hormone balance and egg development. A deficiency can make conception harder and increase the risk of pregnancy complications. Even libido takes a hit. Fatigue, low energy, and poor circulation can leave the body too drained for intimacy. And the kidneys, already under stress in diabetics, struggle even more without B12. These organs rely on a steady supply of oxygen-rich blood to function properly. But without B12, red blood cell production slows down, leading to anemia. Less oxygen reaches the kidneys, increasing the risk of kidney disease. Diabetics are already at high risk of kidney failure, and a deficiency in B12 only pushes them closer to the edge. But why is this happening? Why are diabetics at such high risk of B12 deficiency? One major reason is medication. Metformin, the most common drug for type 2 diabetes, reduces the body's ability to absorb B12. The longer you take it, the lower your levels can drop. Digestive issues, low stomach acid, autoimmune disorders, all of these make it harder for the body to extract B12 from food. Even if you're eating the right foods, your body may not be absorbing enough. The signs are easy to miss at first: fatigue, dizziness, muscle weakness, memory problems, brittle nails, thinning hair, slow wound healing, frequent infections, mood swings, headaches. By the time symptoms become severe, B12 levels have likely been low for months, or even years. Fixing a deficiency starts with food. The best sources? Clams, the king of B12-rich foods. Just 3 ounces provide nearly 3,000% of the daily recommended intake. Beef liver is another powerhouse. A single 4-ounce serving delivers over 2,500%. Fatty fish like salmon and tuna provide 100% of the daily requirement in just a few ounces. Dairy products like yogurt and cheese contain smaller amounts, but still contribute. And for those who love indulgence, some of the world's finest dishes are loaded with B12. A seafood platter with oysters, scallops, and clams, each bite packed with over 14 to 18 micrograms of B12. A rich pâté made from beef liver spread over fresh sourdough, delivering over 50 micrograms in a single serving. A perfectly seared wild-caught salmon fillet, drizzled with truffle butter, providing a luxurious and nutrient-dense experience with over 4 micrograms of B12. But for many people, food alone isn't enough. The best supplements: methylcobalamin, the natural form of B12, easily absorbed and used by the body. A standard dose of 1,000 micrograms per day is common for deficiency correction. Cyanocobalamin, a stable form of B12, is also effective and often taken in doses of 500 to 1,000 micrograms daily. In severe cases, injections may be needed to restore levels quickly. Diabetics already struggle with neuropathy, but a B12 deficiency speeds up the damage, making it harder to recover. Aging accelerates too. Every cell in the body depends on B12 for repair and regeneration. Without it, DNA starts breaking down faster, accelerating the aging process. Skin loses its glow. Wrinkles deepen. Muscles shrink. Energy fades. Certain foods and habits can make a deficiency worse. Alcohol depletes B12 rapidly. Processed junk food, which lacks real nutrients, only makes things worse. Diets low in animal products put people at a higher risk. And without proper supplementation, levels drop fast. If these are regular parts of your life, your B12 levels could be declining without warning. But this isn't just about energy. It's about survival. A deficiency in B12 doesn't just leave you tired. It can destroy your nerves, damage your heart, steal your vision, weaken your kidneys, and take away the life you once knew. And the scariest part? Most people never realize what's happening until it's too late. But it doesn't have to be this way. The right foods, the right supplements, and the right awareness can reverse a deficiency before the damage becomes permanent. The question is, will you act now, or will you wait until your body forces you to? Stethoscope summary: why these 3 vitamins matter most for diabetics. Let's be honest, living with diabetes is already a battle. A daily balancing act of food, medication, activity, and emotion. But what if some of your biggest struggles aren't because of the disease itself, but because your body is missing something essential? That's the case for millions. Vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin B12 aren't just supplements. They are lifelines. When they're missing, the effects are subtle at first: fatigue, aches, mood swings. But over time, they attack your heart, nerves, kidneys, brain, and vision. They steal your energy. They accelerate aging. They turn manageable symptoms into long-term complications. But when you restore what's missing, your body comes back to life. Key: what you can do starting today. Get tested. Ask your doctor for a simple blood panel that includes vitamin D, B12, and E. Many deficiencies go unnoticed for years. Fix your diet. Add wild salmon, cod liver oil, spinach, almonds, mushrooms, eggs, beef liver, dairy, clams, tuna, and sunflower seeds into your regular meals. These aren't just healthy choices. They're targeted nutrition that feeds your heart, nerves, and brain. Choose smart supplements. For vitamin D, use D3 with K2, ideally 2,000 to 5,000 IU/day depending on your levels. For vitamin E, go for natural D-alpha tocopherol or mixed tocopherols. For vitamin B12, the best form is methylcobalamin, at least 1,000 micrograms per day if deficient. Cut the enemies. Limit alcohol, processed foods, sugar, and trans fats. These don't just harm your body, they block nutrient absorption. Be consistent. You won't feel the difference in one day. But over weeks, your energy will rise. Your mind will sharpen. Your body will strengthen. You'll notice fewer infections, better moods, improved sleep, reduced pain, and for many, a life-changing turnaround. Lightbulb final thoughts. Diabetes doesn't have to be a slow decline. It doesn't have to mean fatigue, nerve pain, heart stress, and endless complications. Sometimes the smallest things, the right vitamins, can be the most powerful tools. This is about more than supplements. It's about hope. It's about control. It's about knowing what's missing and finally giving your body what it needs to fight back. You're not powerless. You're not broken. Your body isn't giving up on you. It's just been waiting for you to listen. And now that you know the truth, what will you do next?